Hello, everyone.
Hello!
This
Follow the directions.
it's a special Jimmy and Billy double team video where we're going to be
Reacting
yes,
to your Godzilla
fan-made
masterpieces.
fan-made Godzilla stuff. Specifically, only stuff that's using my GR logic as a basis. So I'm sorry if you made some other creation that didn't use our logic. We kind of wanted to keep it into a certain criteria. Also, a slight disclaimer. This is for fun and entertainment, so there may be some jokes and such, but don't take anything personally.
Oh, they don't. They won't do that. People do whatever you tell them not to do. Take it all very personally. Get extremely angry. It's meant to hurt you.
Yes. But the basic gist of it is I have several pools of monsters which I have created in certain categories. Some of them are basically using my Godzilla GR logic to take older monsters that I created and update them into the modern format. Some of them are just really interesting. I would call these ones the cream of the crop. First place, if you will. Some of them are just okay.
And I'm not familiar with any of it.
Yes, Billy will be completely new to all of this. Others are hilarious, whether intentionally or not. And then there's some that just aren't quite finished.
I see you got funny right there.
Oh, yes. And then there's stuff that I technically ended up doing, but this is sort of like an early rendition of what people expected, I suppose, before it came along. So I will let Billy decide which we should do first.
Well, I think we'll kick it off with very interesting, since we want to be interesting.
All right. First and foremost, I think I'll talk about one of my top favorites in the very interesting category. Godzilla GR
Whoa.
Mecha Ebira. 5 years after Ebra, Horror of the Deep, aliens somehow managed to turn Ebra into an ungrateful killing machine.
He's ungrateful?
Yes. Credits to Jimmy Coldis. Thank you for the credits, by the way. Holy guacamole, 28 likes. This must be old because now it has 38 likes. But it was made by
Disemboweler.
Disemboweler. And we're going to take a quick look at it. It's mostly just a...
Wow.
Mostly just a, retooling of my already existing Emperor.
Why is he so ungrateful? He looks heavily kitted out.
I would be grateful if I were him.
Maybe not. In some ways, but yeah, he looks like he could go to war any day. What's that on his? What's the stuff on his back?
I think that's...
Are those his rocket thrusters?
Yeah, he doesn't use them, though. But
Or are they missile packs?
I'm not sure.
It looks like they could be either. Well, I guess they don't. They have big circular openings in the back, so I'm assuming maybe jet thrusters.
They vaguely remind me of portable restrooms, but I think they're supposed to be missile packs.
Well, it is an interesting concept for real, because Mecha.
There's never been a Mecha Ebra, but he's one of my personal favorites. I think I'd rate him at the top.
He's ungrateful, though.
That's part of the fun. And now, what shall we check?
Well, I don't know. I chose the first one. Maybe you'll get a choose.
All right,
the second
I think
one.
we'll take one nostalgic look, which is basically a monster that I previously made, from the old GOG canon that someone made with the GR logic, which is newer. And my personal favorite is Megaline.
Megaline.
To explain Megaline.
Megalon's wife is back.
Yes.
Oh, good.
This is true. Credits to Jimmy Coldis and Godzilla 2000. This was made by Burning Goji Guy.
Megalon will no longer be lonely.
Yes. But this is a real thing, at least back when I made Ghost of Godzilla. When you played as Megalon versus Megalon, you would actually be pitted against Megalon's wife, Megaline. It was, it had to do with the logic back then, It was easier to have a clone fighter or whatever, and I wanted to make it look slightly different. I did it with a lot of monsters where they have like an alternate version.
It's kind of like the Smash thing with the.
Yeah, like Jet Jaguar versus Medical Jet Jaguar and that sort of thing. But it's mostly just a recolor of Megalon. But I just like that someone remembered Megaline.
So that's why nostalgia.
Yes. All right, Billy, which shall we go to next?
Well, let's have a little humor. Let's go to funny.
All right. I guess I'll start out with Father Godzilla, incomplete. The mutated father of Godzilla, who was killed by the humans and taken to the Mifune Institute for study. They discovered that the cells can heal illness like cancer, but then the facility got incinerated by Ghost Godzilla, leaving him and his young burning dead.
It's by Burning Goji guy?
Yes, same fellow.
Did you credit the Megaline person?
Oh, yes.
Who made the Megaline thing?
I think that was also... Let me take a look. It was
It
also
was Burning Goji guy.
Same fellow. But, I'm just thinking, maybe this isn't supposed to be funny, but I just find it funny that Father Godzilla got such a short straw in life to have no arm, a partial arm that is constantly bleeding, and, well, just every bad thing that could happen to him.
That seems like it's kind of the way for fathers.
Oh my. But, yeah, just a recolor of Mother Godzilla. Also, they didn't even bother to change the title, which is understandable. Some people don't know how to tweak the text displayers. It's actually quite easy to do, but we'll be moving on.
That's a funny one?
I think it's a little funny.
Okay, I think it's a little funny that you think it's funny. I don't know if I think it's funny.
I think it's funny that he just got incinerated and everybody died. Maybe I have a weird sense of humor, a Russian sense of humor. What do you want to look at next?
Well, I chose that one, so you...
I think I'll look at another funny one, because I feel like we haven't got enough funny. We're going to do...
Yeah, we kind of...
GR Godzilla the Nerd.
Actually...
This was made by... Vigila 24? I don't know how to say that.
Yeah, that's not pronounceable. But read it, folks.
And it's just basically a reskin of Joro, but it's so fitting. It's absolutely... I like that they made him yellow, just like the emoji.
So who is he?
Joro, he's one of my...
I mean, I can tell he's like the meme about the nerd or whatever.
I think
actually, but... So he's the wimpy Godzilla, right?
He's the brother of Godzilla. The wimpy brother, I guess, of Godzilla. Now, where shall we go?
Okay,
Interesting, maybe?
what's the okay category?
Okay, it's just a bunch of stuff that's just kind of there, and it's
Passable?
kind of okay. Yeah. Like this fellow.
Oh, I see.
Alzero. A reptilian nightmare from the Earth's mantle that rose to the surface to wreak havoc on humanity. This Kaiju from Project Kaiju. Credits to Jimmy Cultus. Thank you very much for
Oh,
that.
yeah, credits to you.
Made by X Eoven 3713. And, you know, it's a reskin of True Godzilla with Anguirus things added, but they actually did change the text displayer, which is a nice
So
touch.
it's like a Anguirus Godzilla hybrid, kind of like the Richard III thing,
Yes.
except, you know, different take on it, of course.
I think they used Ghost Godzilla as a basis, based off the model, but that's just kind of okay, you know?
He's got a lot more Godzilla to him than Anguirus, I would say.
Yeah, not a bad thing, though. I kind of like the design and certain features.
It's competent.
So, I would also like to take a look at Interesting to showcase Mechagodzilla 4. Now, this, I believe, is actually Legendary Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, that looks recognizable.
Made by the same fellow, of course. After the destruction of Mechagodzilla 2, G-Force needed a new mech, so they teamed up with Apex Cybernetics to create Mechagodzilla 4. They made the strongest robots so far. Credits to Jimmy Cultist and Mr. Anti-Venom, who I assumed helped out with things. But the reason why I picked this one in the very interesting category is he's actually highly functional.
Oh.
Most of his moveset actually works, and it even looks different. I can tell that he's based off of my Neo Godzilla model, like they used him as a basis, but it's a pretty good rendition, I'd say, overall.
So they put in some work?
Yeah, and it doesn't look too far off from the movie version. There's some slight differences. You know, I think they did a pretty good job on this one. So I put it in the interesting category. Props for that. Well, we could check out some more okay stuff.
Okay.
Godzilla GR, Garshanator, like Minotaur, I think.
Redux.
Also made by the same fellow. I guess he's going to pop up a lot. The design of Garshanator that I originally imaged, or imagined, I think. We don't mind typos. We do that ourselves a lot. The mark on his chest is a scar. Credits again to Jimmy Cultist and Palskage for the same reasons. Also, Jimmy, I'd like to hear your thoughts on Garshanator as a character. Well,
what's his backstory?
I think there's a separate model that has his backstory.
Okay.
This is not the only version of Garshanator.
He reminds me of, if I'm gonna, let's say, what's his name? That final demon skin for Tagara in War of the Monsters. You remember?
He also reminds me a little bit of that. Who's that big horned monster who? You know, I think it was Saban made that movie.
Saban.
I can't remember. It was.
You talk about Tractor or whatever that thing's name is.
Tractor the Destroyer. I don't know.
It's got the postal guy in it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's not Saban, I don't think.
No, it wasn't.
And Saban stuff's a little better than that. But
well, I can't even remember the name of it. But
that movie, I mean.
This is not too bad. My thoughts are it's a decent, use of the assets and such. I'd put it in the okay category. Nice effort. There's an alternate version, I think. This one's older, but he might have more lore. An ancient horned horror rumored to dwell in the depths of hell. Its claws are believed to be made of gold. This is not canon to Jimmy's Godzilla GR series. Well, thank you for pointing that out.
Disclaimer.
Credits to the amazing Jimmy Cultist and Palskage for the OG Kaiju and the head, respectively.
So he is a hell demon monster.
Yes.
You come about Baba Goth, except the Godzilla. But he's not Godzilla Satan, so he's
just a demon, I think.
Yeah.
Not bad, though. Not bad. All right. Moving to funny. I don't know if there's much to say about this, but Godzilla GR VIP Godzilla.
I like it.
By that person. I'm sorry I can't pronounce the name.
This is
definitely interesting.
VIP Godzilla. Yeah, or Men in Black Godzilla.
Yes. I think it has a certain...
But I get it, though. At least I think I do. It's the same kind of Richard III energy.
Yes, I think that's pretty interesting.
What did you call it in that one time you said there's so many Godzilla variants? There's comb over Godzilla. And...
yes, comb over Godzilla.
Yeah, there's so many Godzillas. Sometimes you're like, man, how many different types?
That's a free one, by the way. If you want to make comb over Godzilla, we highly advise it. Oh, here's an interesting one. Scalia from the Monsterverse.
Is it Scalia or Skyla?
I call it scaly, yeah. Spider monster, spider monster. Nice description. Aussie Greatly 66. Now, one might think at first that this is just a simple, creation, but it's actually pretty accurate.
Highly functional.
Now, they did reuse sound effects from Kumanga.
That is some very articulate tentacles on the face.
I know. But it's pretty good. It mostly works, except for that. That's
One little bug there.
So, I thought this was kind of cool that someone made this. I think it did a decent job.
Really standout tentacles on the face, I guess.
Yes. So, props to Aussie Greatly 66. And let's take a look at maybe the nostalgia category. This is the old Anguirus model that I had at GOG.
Oh wait, did somebody do this, or is this just yours?
Well, this is someone took an older model and imported it to the newer logic. It doesn't entirely work because there's little glitches.
So there's no customization really to this or anything?
Well, he added the new model. This model wasn't previously on this, puppet.
Oh, okay.
Very simple, but nice.
Who made that?
This fellow again.
Oh, that guy.
I'll check this one out real quick. Godzilla GR Ghost Godzilla the original, which is actually the very first Godzilla puppet I ever made in Dreams, by the way. Just ported to the new logic. It is the original model. Correct. Aussie Greatly again. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a little stretched. But I appreciate the effort.
Oh, that's... I know that move.
Yes. Give it a like for old time's sake. And moving over to interesting. Let's see what we got here. Oh. We've got Plague Maw
That does look interesting.
by X Eoven 3713. A mutated Komodo dragon that lived on Odo Island. He now seeks vengeance for his pain and suffering. I would too. Credit to Jimmy Cultist and Casadez 7, something like that. But Plague Maw, I actually think is just a straight up interesting, use of the assets. Change the text displayer again, very nice.
It's kind of like a Gorosaurus Godzilla fusion.
Yes.
With a little,
Not too bad. As far as I can tell, none of the moves are new. They're all reused moves from Indra's era, but pretty good use, I think. Has an interesting design. So, Plague Maw, neat. Let's go down to funny. We have Titanosaurus Drip by so-and-so.
the same person that did,
Yes. VIP Godzilla. Now, there isn't really a lot to say about this one, but just the appearance alone is unique. He has no new special moves, unfortunately. I was hoping that he might, have like a baseball bat super move or something, but definitely interesting. Definitely, the shoes especially are a nice choice.
he's got the Minecraft glasses, the MAGA hat, and the Shadow the Hedgehog tennis shoes.
Something of that nature, yes. Now, in the category of stuff that I actually ended up doing, we haven't really checked any of these out, but Godzilla GR Animated Series Zilla Jr. by Shotgunner Face. Credits to Jimmy Cultist and Jackson G004. This is actually something I ended up making, but before I made that, they made this. Which isn't bad. They actually changed the text displayer. Also, they changed the color of the flames to green, which requires a little bit of logical knowledge, so a bit impressive. Simple, but nice.
Who made that one?
That would be Shotgunner Face. Now, in the category of OK, we have Godzilla GR Mothradora by that person.
Okay, that is weird. Okay, yes. It's very clear what this is. I mean, it's Ghidra and Mothra.
Definitely a unique idea.
I have to admit, that's
Interesting.
it's kind of more creepy than what you would think those two put together would be like.
Not too bad, I think.
Very strange, but that's cool.
I almost want to put that one in very interesting. But,
Yeah.
what else do we have? Oh, in the category of
Funny.
we have Godzilla GR Chad Minya.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Slash equals bracket God by Ozzy Great
I
Lake.
can see it in the.
He is quite large.
Okay.
'Cause, we know that Kawajira is big, but no one is as big as this fellow.
Yeah, I can see it. The jaw. He's definitely Giga Chad Minya.
Now, there's some music in there that I don't want to play too long, just in case there's a copyright strike or whatever.
The
But,
swole arms.
yes, but we definitely can see that he is brilliantly large. And now in the category of interesting. Godzilla GR Evangelion Unit 1 Kiryu, which is actually an actual figure. There is a real figure that looks like this, which is a combination of Unit 1 from Evangelion and Kiryu. But they did a pretty good job recoloring it by X Eoven 3713, based on a model kit, as he says. My personal favorite Kiryu despite my disliking for the Evangelion series. Credits to Jimmy Cultist. We all have some dislikers here and there. And, you know, it's mostly the same. Not very much has been changed, but pretty good job on recoloring it, I think, for the most part. So, good effort. Definitely goes in the interesting category. Real quick.
I don't have much to say about it.
I don't either.
I mean, I don't know.
Real quick, though. I do like this fellow.
That is-
Fan-made Godzilla Wardenjira.
That is. What is the. Is that a hat or is that actually his head?
I think that's his head. Shotgunner face. Based off the Warden and Skulk skin for Godzilla 2000 made by Minecraft. And Project Kaiju credits to Jimmy Cultist and Jackson G04. 004. But he's interesting.
I don't know why I keep seeing that thing on his head as a hat,
Like he's wearing a
like a
Viking helmet.
Yeah, like a Viking helmet or something. But it's I guess it's part of his. It is weird looking. It's
He's not bad though. He actually has different moves.
yeah, it's interesting though. It's odd looking, but it's kind of in a good way.
Yes. They also changed his fire move, which is impressive. It took some logical doing. So, good props to you, Shotgunner Face. I'm not familiar with the Minecraft project, but I thought it was interesting. In the category of funny, we have Name. For those of you who aren't aware, Name is actually the base puppet I used as a logic template for all of the GR stuff.
Strunk Logan.
Yes, he's the one who made this. And there isn't really a lot of changes. I just thought it was funny that people, they really want names to be an actual official character in the roster. And I just think it's funny. So I won't really be showcasing it because, you know, it's not really much that's different.
It's just a Dreams puppet.
Yes, but I just thought it was interesting. On a side note, there's Godzilla GR King Grimlock.
Now that
by
seems
so-and-so.
vaguely familiar somehow.
I don't know who Grimlock is. Maybe this is a reference to something.
I don't either. I mean, if it seems like something I know in the back of my head.
Maybe it's from SpongeBob or something.
I can't, like a toy or something, but I can't remember it.
But I thought it looked kind of funny to me, the little skinny arms and whatnot.
Yeah, it looks like one of those action figure things you get from the 90s when you...
Yeah, maybe it's not laugh out loud funny, but I
in your Happy Meal, you know? That's why it's familiar. It's like, I remember it somehow, but maybe not. Maybe it's not real. I don't know.
I actually like the beam quite a bit. Anyway. Nice. And in the category of interesting, while we're at it, we have Monsterverse Legendary Mothra 2.0. By Ozzy Greatly 66. He generally makes pretty good stuff. And it's a reskin of Mothra, but it's not too bad. Kind of does get across the Legendary Mothra's look to some degree, which is why I put it in the interesting category.
Yeah, I don't remember the movie well enough now.
It was very, well, some people liked it. Anyway,
It had all the monsters. I mean, I did see it. I don't, think there was much to the story, but it did have all the monsters.
oh, here's another interesting one. Godzilla GR Gek Ido Togajira. A bit of a tongue twister. Same creator.
This guy looks Chad.
Yes,
Hench.
he might be more Chad than Minion.
Swole. Whatever other words you want to use there. He looks like... He's also... Okay, so he's like... Visually... Does he have a cigar? No, it's like...
He doesn't have a cigar.
It almost looked like he had a cigar in his mouth. It's punished Godzilla. Punished...
His eyeball is coming out of his head.
Yeah, it's punished magma Godzilla is what it looks like.
It's Godzilla after many, many unfortunate occurrences. Run-ins with his friends and neighbors.
And then he falls into that same volcano from,
Yes.
what was that? The Biolante movie? That
Yes.
He fell into a volcano before the Biolante movie.
Now in the funny category, Go-Go Jira.
Oh, yeah.
There may not be a lot to say about this one, but he definitely looks interesting. Also, they changed the beam color, which is not too bad.
Is this like a... Is this a reference?
It might be a reference to something.
He looks like an anime character. But I don't know what... I mean, the hair looks like some kind of anime character.
It might be a reference, though, to Go-Go Dancing. I don't know. Or
Well, that's what...
Go-Jo Jira. That's it. Maybe it is a reference to something. I'm not familiar with it, though, so sorry about that.
And neither am I. Anime, you're gonna be out of luck if it's that, because we don't really...
We're not highly versed. Oh, Hell Godzilla. Perhaps a reference to Godzilla in Hell? I'm not sure.
Maybe it's the town in Norway.
Maybe.
Norwegian
Made by
Godzilla.
X EOVen 3713. My number one favorite Godzilla, also one of the strongest. He's the first in my fan-made tier, Satan's Rivals. Credits to Jimmy Cultist. Does this mean that he actually does Satan's job better than Satan does, and therefore is considered a rival? Like he tempts people to sin?
I don't think that, I don't think the theology's quite that deep.
Not too bad, though. I think it is supposed to be Godzilla from Godzilla in Hell, but I could be wrong. Or maybe it's just a fan-made Godzilla. Either way, not too bad. I definitely put that squarely in the okay category.
The idea of like a pitch black Godzilla is kind of interesting, though, because
Yeah.
now I'm not sure if I was doing it, if I myself would go for like a whole Satan and Hell thing, but the idea of a dark Godzilla that's like Shadow Godzilla is interesting.
Godzilla GR Debu / Fat Boy. Now, I actually have made this fellow, I just haven't given him logic yet. So, it's nice to see fans are eagerly awaiting when he finally receives logic by this person. Not much to say, just... Except for that HP count, 30,000. This is going to be one of the most powerful fat boys out there.
He certainly is volumetrically blessed.
That's true. I dare say they actually made this model much bigger than mine. So... interesting. I'll give that one props for what it did. Now, I guess in funny we're kind of running low, but Godzilla GR Gyrus, who is a character from Ultraman who famously is just a reused Godzilla. Now,
Yeah, I know that guy.
Clash Zin TV Prompt?
And the other.
Yes. No description on this one. But I'm familiar with the character. However, I don't... Oh.
That looks different than the picture.
Yes, there's been some improvements. Although...
Something's kind of bouncing around.
There's a little bit of logical...
Something's
weirdness.
loose.
But,
Or
originally...
too tight, maybe.
Originally, I was going to put this in the funny category because of how it looked before, but it's been substantially improved. So maybe we'll just put this in the okay category. It belongs in here. Anyway, what else have we got? Well, we've got Gosacios. Or Gosacios?
Gosacious?
Gosacious?
I don't know. I like Gosacious.
Gosacious.
That sounds nice.
Gosacious Crumb by so-and-so. Now, this is mostly just a visual thing. He did change the text displayer, though, and the stamina bar is different in color, so that's kind of cool. Oh, probably, though.
He's got a Bagan configuration, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, this is Godzilla F, I think.
Oh, is it?
Which explains, maybe the bar being a different color was something I did. But it's okay. It's different. Visually alright.
He looks like he could be an ice Godzilla if you were going to go for ice.
Something of that nature.
Ice powers. Is he ice powers?
Yes.
Oh, he is?
Well, I mean, no, he actually just has... He has that. They did change the beam. Because the original beam of Godzilla F is not in his chest. Now, in the subject of things I ended up doing, but, people made a fan-made version of, Godzilla -1 by so-and-so.
By so-and-so? What was the name?
It was the same name that we can't pronounce.
Oh, okay. Same for people.
Now, this is clearly a Zilla reskin, but it's interesting to see that people were already hyped for the idea of Godzilla -1 before it came out.
I would call this guy Quicksand Godzilla. I haven't seen a -1 thing, so...
It is something to keep in mind. I want to check out some of the other ones, because there's more.
Oh, okay, wait a minute. Maybe I'm going to retract what I said about Quicksand. Maybe this guy's more like Quicksand Godzilla.
Burning Goji guy. Happy birthday, Godzilla. 70 years with the King of the Monsters, and celebration of the movie's premiere in Japan. Where's the Jimmy Cultist, Atlas Coffee Cat, Immortal Being, and...
Gojira the King 54.
etc. This is outdated.
Okay, so he's Godzilla -1, but on fire, right?
I guess.
I mean, that's what the description seemed to imply. But I would say... Now, I'm going to throw this out there, but he kind of makes me think of Reese's Cup Godzilla for some reason.
Yeah, it's like he's got a little chocolate in there.
It's just... I guess it's the fire is not... I can see, though, what they're going for if it's supposed to be like... But it's not glowing, really, so that's what's throwing it off. But it's... Yeah, I can see the whole idea. He's on fire. He's coming apart at the seams.
It might be, though, that they're actually trying to do the scale variation.
Oh, yeah?
Like, that's supposed to be different scale colors. I think we've run out of stuff in the... Oh, wait a minute. There's one last thing in the interesting category. Godzilla GR Hedera accurate to the PS4 version. By Shotgunner Face. Credits to Jimmy Cultist and Jackson G004. Probably genderless because it's just a monster made from trash in the ocean. Not like giving birth, it more like creating because it's the people's own fault.
Okay.
Sentence structure aside, it's just a reskin of Hedera, but I kind of like it. So props there.
Oh, there's no beams or anything?
Well, I mean...
Yeah, it's accurate. Okay, yeah.
He does that.
It looks well.
Yes, not too bad. I think that'll have to do for now. We've run out of time, but maybe we'll come back to this if there's a audience outcry.
If everybody likes it a lot, we'll do it. And if you like it, this way, maybe we'll do it different next time. If you don't like, like if you like, shut up, Billy, get out of the show, go away. We want only Jimmy or something,
Yes.
I hope to God that you don't want only me though, because I don't know if I could do this alone.
Yes, there needs to be some kind of order to this chaos. But thank you very much for watching and everything, and don't forget to give a like and subscribe.
Yep. Bye-bye.
That's all for now. Here are the names of all of our lovely cult supporters. Many thanks to all of you. If you'd like to get your name in those credits, check the link in the description and head over to our Ko-fi. You can become a cultist neophyte to become credited at the end of our video, or you can become an acolyte to gain early access to videos in addition to credit. Now, if you aren't in the mood for membership, you can always leave a one-time tip. If you enjoyed this video and are not already subscribed, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. And maybe give us a quick like, both options are free. Also, don't forget to ring the notification bell so you will always be notified when new videos come out. If you have any thoughts, questions, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section. Or if you just want to let out your pent-up rage, give us some smack talk. Until next time, goodbye.